Nobody tells you how lonely success feels. I got everything's what I wanted. The second startup worked. Not in Silicon Valley. Not with $1 million valuation or rounds of applause from foreign investors. It worked here, in Vietnam, quietly, on my country land, in my own language. Hello, welcome back to Cracks in Light. And I'm Brian. It started with a small facility in the Central Highlands, then one more in the Mekong. Our organic line took off. The distribution network finally clicked. I had partners I trusted, clients who returned, and finally, for the first time in a decade, I had profits that didn't come with the taste of blood. I remember the day we hit the milestone, 1 billion Vietnam dong in net profit. A neat, round number. My team was cheering. People called. Some journalists, whom have been with me since I first started, reached out. I said all the right things in the interviews about impact, sustainability, legacy. But will all of that really bring you happiness? But in the dead of night, when everything fell silent, I stood alone in the kitchen with a glass of water, listening to the fridge hum. No celebration, no hugs, no one asking how I felt. And to be honest, I didn't feel anything. Just tired. No one tells you that success doesn't fill the void. They talk about how failure hurts. But success? It's emptier than I thought. Right now, you're fighting it all on your own. No relatives nearby, no message from your closest friend. Just you, utterly alone. I thought I would feel proud. I thought I would feel seen. But success has a way of isolating you. People stop asking if you're okay. They assume you are. They stop checking in. They think you've made it. But no one tells you how cold it is at the top when you get there by yourself. I was getting invited to panels, conferences, startup events. Young founders came up to me, asking how I did it. They looked at me with admiration. And I looked at them and wondered, would I trade places? Would I give this up for the fire I had when I was just starting out? The answer surprised me. Yes, I would, because that fire came with connection. With late nights and teammates who believed. With purpose that wasn't yet corrupted by pressure or perception. Now, every move I made had to be calculated. Every word measured. Every mistake magnified. No one tells you that once you succeed, you start performing your own life. And in that performance, you lose touch with what made you start. I once thought that success would finally silence the voices in my head, the ones that said I wasn't enough, that I'd failed before, that I was a burden to my family's dreams. I thought maybe money could do what therapy couldn't. But here's the thing. Success doesn't heal insecurity. It just buries it under more expectations. And when the applause fades, when the noise dies, down you're left with yourself. The same self you tried to outrun. The same self you thought you could upgrade with titles and achievements. But you can't. You don't become someone new with success. You just become someone alone, unless you learn how to reconnect with what really matters. I learned this the hard way. One night, after a business dinner where everyone laughed at the right jokes and clinked their glasses, I sat in my car for an hour in the parking lot. No music. No calls. Just silence. And I realized I couldn't remember the last time I laughed without planning it. Or the last time someone hugged me not because I won, but because I existed. That night, I drove back to the small town where I used to live during my college internship. Just for one night. No one there knew I was Brian the founder. They just remembered me as the skinny guy who fixed bikes and helped in the fields. It was the most human I'd felt in years. Success is not the opposite of loneliness. Sometimes, It makes it worse because now you don't even have the excuse of failure. Now you've won, and still you're empty. No one tells you how lonely success feels. But let me tell you this, if you're chasing success to feel whole, stop. This is Brian, and this was Cracks in Light. Find the wholeness first. Build from there. Success built on emptiness is just a taller cage. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one.